This video is a slight extension from Bradshaw Joinery's video on YouTube, and he explains how to fix the wobbly carvex blade. Now, after about 3 or 4 years of use, maybe 2 years of use, however long you've had yours, these blades become very wobbly and they get very awkward to start a cut. Now, his fix is simple. He takes out this pin that's inside the jigsaw with a little ball bearing on the end, and he swaps it out for something slightly longer, and it's got a ball bearing on the end. And basically you can tighten this or loosen this and fine-tune this jigsaw to make sure that you get the right amount of movement off the blade, but still being able to start your cut a hell of a lot easier. Now, what I found is after fitting mine out, I had to do a little relief cut in the front by here. But the beauty of this relief cut is you can adjust your jigsaw and your blade tension all from the front of the jigsaw after you've put it all back together, which is great. Because once you do this fix on your carvex, the problem you might have is it starts to rub a bit inside, and you can just slacken this off and you can fine tune this and make sure that it's working correctly. But what I found doing this fix is, you might like, is my battery was a nightmare to get on and off the jigsaw. It was very, very tight. But now I've put it all back together, it just falls into place. And it's very easy to get on and off the jigsaw. It just falls on, and that was a little bit awkward to get off. But all you have to do is, when tightening this jigsaw back up on these screws, all I done is turn these a quarter turn anti-clockwise. Doesn't affect how tight everything is, but it just gives you that little bit of play on the battery, so you can just slide it on perfectly. Works a treat for me. So I'll speed up the video a bit now. I'll take all this jigsaw apart and I will just show you what I've done on how I fitted this and how I've had to modify this jigsaw slightly to do so. But all in all, it's cutting like a dream now. So I'll just speed this section up and then you can see. So we've taken the jigsaw apart now. All the casing does is slide up. It's as simple as that. Now, looking in detail, I'm just trying to show you. I hope we're in shot here nice now, and I'll just press this so it zooms in a little bit. There we go. Right, I think we're all right by there. I don't know if you can see, there's a tiny little grub screw by here. Now, this pen was actually in there, and when this blade moves forward slightly, this pen moves forward, and what it creates is movement on this blade, which is a pain to start a cut. Now, Bradshaw Joinery come up with a simple fix. All you do is you screw this grub screw into the hole that's left after you pull this little pin out. Now, it's easy to pull out. It's quite loose, actually. You just screw this in with a 2mm Allen key. Screw it in until it touches the blade. You want to leave a little bit of movement left, because what you'll find is if you screw this grub screw too tight, the quick release on the blade, you can't get it out. It stays in there, it's stuck. So all you do is you fine tune this. But you've got to be careful taking this jigsaw apart, because you don't want to separate any of this housing. You just slightly lift this front edge up, and that gives you enough room for you to screw in your grub screw with your Allen key. So when putting it back together, you just make sure this piece is seated correctly. Can be a little bit of a pain. Try not to lift it too much. That's lovely. Make sure everything's intact, nothing's moved, and then you can screw it back together. But what I found is I've had to do a little relief cut on the casing, which this plastic is really tough, to be honest. So I was pretty shocked how tough it was. And then once you put it all back together, this grub screw does not foul the front of your casing. But what I found is this can be adjusted from the front of the jigsaw now to make sure that your quick release works for the blade, and the fact that it's not too tight against the pendulum mechanism, and it's not making no screeching sounds or anything you shouldn't be hearing really from the jigsaw. But now we can adjust it from the front by here with our Allen key and make sure it's all correct. But when you're screwing this back together, these two screws on the end, if you tighten them all the way and just turn them back a quarter of a turn, you'll find your battery flies on and flies off. No messing around, trying to press the buttons, pulling on it, trying it on different angles. It just flies on and off. It's great. So I'll put it back together now, and I'll show you how quick and easy it is to get the battery on and off then. Right, let's check the battery. There you have it. Flies on, nice and easy to get off, fully adjustable front, can't fault it. Now, tools you need to do this job, pretty basic. All you want is a PH2 screwdriver, your 2mm Allen key, and your 12mm threaded ball bearing grub screws. And that's all you need to do this fix on this carvex. There's a longer video from Bradshaw Joinery on YouTube. He's the one that explains a lot of this in detail, but hats off to him. At the end of the day, he's done a fix to the carvex. We've all got problems with it, and now this machine works wonders. It doesn't affect, obviously, your warranty will be void by doing this fix. But as I said, this jigsaw is 2018. Where to is she? I can't see it. There we are. It's a 2018 jigsaw. So I'm a year out of warranty. I'm happy. It works for me. I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe if you've got time or you want to see more videos. I've got plenty of other stuff I'm thinking of doing. I'm not trying to pinch other people's videos by doing this, but I just thought I'd explain my fix, my way of tightening off the front, and the fact that you get to put a battery in a lot easier after taking this apart. Now, this could work for other tools as well. My multi-tool's a bit of a nightmare getting the battery on and off, so I think I'm going to have a little look at that and see if we can just undo the two screws at the back and see if that becomes a lot easier to use. So I hope you got something from this video. Until the next video. Just add in a little bit right at the end. I just wanted to see so there's no funny noises coming from the carvex after the change. And that's it. Works like a dream.